We're talking about the US. Let's get back to this because I want to get back to US President Donald Trump's military lifetime to Ukraine, agreeing to supply Patriot missiles and issuing a new ultimatum to Russia. And I want to show you an extraordinary exchange between Trump and Ukrainian journalist Myroslava Petsa in Europe. It happened just 2 weeks ago and has probably played a significant role in this decision. It astounded me at the time because it showed an unusual empathy and emotional connection from the much maligned president, and also because Trump promised to take up her cause. I'll talk to Kristen Tate in a second about this, but first have a look at this exchange in full.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh,
so my question to you is whether or not the US is ready to sell anti-air missile systems Patriot to Ukraine. We know that Russia has been pounding Ukraine really heavily right now.
Are you living yourself now in Ukraine?
My husband is there.
Wow.
And
I can see you're very, it's amazing.
And me with the kids, I'm in Warsaw actually, because he wanted me to be.
Is your husband a soldier? No?
He's
there now?
Yeah.
Wow. That's rough stuff, right? That's tough. And you're living here?
In Warsaw.
And you're a reporter?
I am.
Good. So let me just tell you, they do want to have the missiles, okay, as they call them, the Patriots. And we're going to see if we can make some available, They're very hard to get. We need them too. We were supplying them to Israel, and they're very effective, 100% effective. Hard to believe how effective. And they do want that more than any other thing, as you probably know. That's a very good question, and I wish you a lot of luck. I mean, I can see it's very upsetting to you. So say hello to your husband, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, a really empathetic response there from the president and a promise to follow up on it. I want to go to Kristen Tate now in the US. Kristen, that exchange is all the more extraordinary now because the president has followed up and he is delivering Patriot missiles to Ukraine through NATO.
Yes, and I just have to say about that exchange you just played, this is classic Trump. For anybody who's met Trump, I've met him a few times, anybody who's met him can tell you this is one of the most warm, surprisingly genuine people in politics today, which is, of course, a stark contrast with how the media loves to portray him as sort of this Nazi fascist. No, he's a very genuine person. I think that Trump is getting increasingly frustrated with Russia. He's given Putin 50 days to end the war. If he does not do so, he's going to start applying secondary tariffs to countries that trade with Russia. But yes, this was a great exchange. That shows who Trump really is as a human being.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And he's followed up with hard action. Here's what the president had to say at the White House in his meeting with the NATO chief.
This is a very big deal we've made. This is billions of dollars worth of military equipment is going to be purchased from the United States, going to NATO, etc. And that's going to be quickly distributed to the battlefield. Ukraine will take it up.
Yeah, so that's Donald Trump there talking about the deal. America will supply the weapons, NATO will pay for them and pass them on to Ukraine. I might go straight to the second grab before I come back to you, Kristen, because this is where it also lays down the warning to Vladimir Putin and Russia. Have a look.
We are very unhappy, I am, with Russia, but we'll discuss that maybe a different day. But we're very, very unhappy with them, and we're going to be doing very severe tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days. Tariffs at about 100%. You'd call them secondary tariffs.
Yeah, so this is an extraordinary move in strategic terms, isn't it, Kristen? Because he's doubling down on supplying Ukraine with arms and he's talking up the pressure on Russia. All those people who support Ukraine will be heartened by this.
Of course, and these secondary tariffs it's a great strategy. This, again, applies to countries that do trade with Russia. Now, Russia, that's essentially a big gas station. Oil and gas, that's what most of these other countries in the West buys from them. And it's just a commodity. And these other nations, places like India, they don't want trade sanctions from America. So these countries like India will increasingly seek out these gas and oil commodities from other countries, maybe even the United States. And make no mistake about it, Russia does want to end this war as well, but Putin is a very stubborn leader and will probably want to make it look like he's ending the war on his own terms. So who knows, some concessions will probably be made to Russia, but I do think this is a move in the right direction and very America first, especially with that the NATO stuff you just mentioned as well.
Yeah, no, it's a good bit of foreign policy, and let's hope it works. And certainly Ukraine will be much relieved and heartened by this.